Welcome to Unfiltered Discussions. You got Nash in the building.
Got Ash in the building.
And today we have a special guest, Miss Asia from As I Am Women's Ministry.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
So we're going to just jump straight into it. So tell us, what is As I Am Women's Ministry?
So, As I Am is a ministry that I came up with because we all hurt. All of us women hurt. And I was one of those women. I still have my struggles, you know. And so I always tell my women in my group that my queens, because we're all queens. I call us queens, first of all. No matter what areas of life we go through, we're still queens.
Absolutely.
We're still queens. No matter if we're in prison, no matter if we're in a strip club, no matter if we're homeless, no matter if we are single parent, whatever it is, we are all queens because that's how we were born.
Absolutely.
And my vision of As I Am came from because that's how God accepts us as we are. Just as we are, naked as we are, in our stuff, whatever's happening in that moment, God still says, you're still a queen. Amen. So, you know, that's where it started. And in my own struggle, I said, wow, I need to talk to somebody. You know, I need to talk to other queens because I know that I'm not the only one that's going through these struggles. And so let it be self-esteem. I was going through some self-esteem issues at the time. I was in a bad relationship at the time. This was years ago prior to my marriage, but I never had any anybody to talk to, like to be myself and just say, hey, did you go through this as well? You know, were you in an abusive relationship? Did you feel bad about yourself? You know, did you not feel that you were enough? You know, so I started thinking recently because I actually about 2-3 years ago, I started a group and I would bring women into my home, actually into my basement. I had about 25 to 30 women of all age groups. It started from, of course, 18 till women that were in their 60s that would come, and we would do a round circle, and I would always say, whatever we speak about stays within the group. So, As I Am is a private group. You have to be, you know, accepted into the group, and because it's personal topics that we talk about, it's sensitive topics that we discuss, and I just wanted to make sure that it was confidential, what I say. So it started in my basement, and I would talk about different things. I would talk about some women were raped. Some women came that were in prison. Some women came that had abortions. All the things that people, quote unquote, society doesn't want to speak about. You know, they don't want to be plain about it. They don't want to open up about it. And this is real. You know, this is what's really going on. Not baking cookies in the kitchen and putting that mask on and the apron around our waist and saying, honey, you ready for dinner? And then as soon as they go upstairs in their room, they're crying and, you know, they're just scared, you know, or whatever their struggle may be. So I said, you know what? So I did it, like I said, I did it in my basement, and then it grew to the online service that I have now, which is through Facebook. And I have over 1,000 members. And I didn't know that, I'm being transparent, I didn't know that it was going to grow that way. So what happened was I stopped let me rewind. I stopped for about a year because I just was in my own flesh doing, you know, I just was going through so much, and I felt like I talked to God and I said, how can I reach out to other women and help them when I need help, you know? And he said, that's just it. You reach out and they'll help you in return. And so I was like, right, because as I am, you know, be yourself and they'll be themselves. And I was so surprised when I started reaching out how many people were going through the same thing. And when I would try to heal one, 1,000 would heal me. And I was just like, wow, this is amazing. So that got me going again. And it has just been up from here. And I just, we're all over the place. the difference is in As I Am, and someone asked me this not too long ago, it's not a Christian group. What it says ministry, but I changed it from ministry to alliance. It's alliance and ministry because I accept all, because God accepts all as I am. Remember, right? So you can come. The difference is with us, with As I Am, and I say us, I don't say me, because it's a us group. Absolutely. It's not a me group. So we accept women from all races, all nationalities, all backgrounds, all circumstances. And we welcome you, and I had a couple of whites come in and they said, can I be in this group? I said, of course you can. Absolutely. And I'm so sad to see that you would even have to ask that.
Yeah, people assume that.
Right, they assume that it's only for African Americans, or they assume that it's only for Christian women or whatever. No, we accept all. And I love it because, again, we are all queens. We are queens no matter if you're Asian, Indian, white, black, whatever you are. No matter if you're a drug addict, no matter if you work in a strip club, no matter if, like I said, you're in prison, whatever, we accept you. We're here for you, and I think that makes a difference between As I Am than other groups, because I think of so many groups out here that portray themselves, I'm sorry, I'm just keeping it 100, that portray themselves to be this group that accepts all, and they don't. And they don't.
Farthest thing from the truth.
Absolutely, but I do. I accept you as you come.
Well, I'm just glad. When I read that, I said, As I Am. And me naked, and I'm not even talking about in my, without clothes on, right? Yes. Because as women, like you said, we all go through stuff. Some of us vocalize it, like our mission statement. Things that we internalize, things that we never get a chance to vocalize, right? Yes. And then once you start vocalizing, you understand that you're not the only one going through it, right? And then it makes you feel 100% better, like that is not only me, right? Because everybody wants you to see the glitz and the glamour, make you want to think their relationship is this or their life is all put together, but they falling apart on the inside.
Yeah.
Right, and it's hard to uphold that.
Oh yeah,
it's hard to. That's why when you can live in your truth and who you are, and you ain't afraid to show it to the world, can't nobody tear you down, right? You can't tell my story because I'm already telling it, right? I'm living it, right?
Yes.
So, and that's a lot of the things that people don't understand. The more that you put up a side, we can see straight through. I mean, at least I can.
Yes.
I'm not listening to what you're saying. I'm listening to what you're not saying. So I'm really, really digging into it already as you're speaking to me or as you're acting in certain ways. And it's like, hey, wow, she really not happy. Or that she going through some stuff, right? But then you have to get that, build that rapport for people to be able to come here and actually speak to you in their raw, honest truth, right? And that's okay too. Like you said, everybody been through stuff: divorce, marriage, verbally abusive relationships, physically abusive. And then I always tell people, like, I don't care if, like you said, if she is a stripper, she can do time. If she is struggling with a drug issue right now. We all human. That's why I always believe in a humanistic approach when I'm speaking and dealing with people. I don't care what part of life you're in.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And just because you may be, so a lot of us are educated, but that doesn't mean that I'm better than you.
That's right. That's
right. And that's because I could be in your shoes tomorrow and vice versa. And that's what people always fail to realize, right? When it's all said and done. So I love that. Oh, you got something?
Yes. And I like the fact that, it's starting out with non-judgment. Because a lot of the times people are not so inclined to really come to these different places because they feel like they're being judged and they are frowned upon when you have people that are relatable, and it's a good way to have that support because a lot of the times you may get that support from other people that you're not getting from the people that you would think that is close to you.
It's always
and you always want to have somebody that don't know you to really look, because we're afraid to be vulnerable at times at the end of the day. So I really like that mission statement. I like the fact that it's as I am. Take me as I am.
Yep. Amen. And every time a member comes in, a queen comes in, I always say, welcome to the love. I don't just say welcome, I say welcome to the love because I treat people the way that I would want to be treated, and I feel like when you do that, they'll give back. You know,
Absolutely.
it's a warm welcome. Welcome to the love. It's better than saying welcome or, you know, something else. It's just saying welcome. Oh, I'm going to be loved here.
Yes.
Absolutely, you're going to be loved here. I answer every question, every thank you, every whatever it is. I get right back to them because that's all part of it. Queens are reaching out and coming into the group because they need answers. They need help. They need support, you know? And again, like when I'm talking, I always say this too, that when I speak, I'm speaking to myself first, you know? And it might be an issue that I'm going through, you know, but I'm reaching out to the other queens to get feedback because it's a nation. It's a village, you know? We are in this together. So, you know, and also to support one another. Like it's so much bite backing out here. Everybody, you know, angry about who's, you know, getting that money first or who's getting their business. Who's getting your business up first? Like, come on. Your time is going to be your time. God has a set time for everybody.
Yes.
That's what you need to remember. Whether you believe in God or not, you have a time. And your time is not somebody else's time frame. So I tell them, stop looking on Instagram and Facebook for when that person's next venue is going to be or when that person's next, you know, what they're doing to get their money or whatever. You spending time on that instead of focusing on what is for you. And that's why you don't have any growth. That's why you're not winning, right? And so I focus on that as well because we are to love on each other that's winning, not hate on each other. There's too many women queens out here that are hating on each other because they're winning. I think it's so hard, you know, sad to see because it's like you will notice if you start praising a woman for their gifts and what they do, watch and see how yours will blossom as well.
Absolutely. I say it all the time.
Because there's no negativity. If you're really true to their growth and their winning, you're going to be blessed.
Please, yes.
Sometimes more than they have been blessed. You know? So it's very important.
You're not taking away from yourself by praising another person.
All day.
Listen.
I can see you. I think you look nice. I tell you, I like your shoes. I like your makeup. I like your
Exactly.
that bag is cute.
Right.
And some people be you think, I like it. So I'm going to tell you that I like it.
Right.
You look nice. I mean, it's nothing to me. Because I've seen it. I'm going to tell you. And that's just what it is. I just feel like everybody has a winning season.
Absolutely. And I think that, right. And I also think that looking at others' wins also comes within, with self-affirmation, self-gratitude, feeling not good about yourself. Because if you feel good about yourself in the inside, you're not going to be concerned about what someone else has. Because you're going to, as I say in my group, hold our heads up high, keep our crowns on, and we're moving onward. Like, you know, we're looking at what we have because we're so confident in our own that we're not concentrating on another queen's win. We're congratulating them, but we're like, congratulations to you, yes. But I'm going to go right here and I'm going to finish what I'm doing. That's how it should be, so we can collab together. Please, you know, just like I came in today and said, hey, we can collab. You know.
And I love that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You doing your thing. Everybody bring something to the table.
Yes.
And people got to understand that. Like, what I do, you might not, and that's what makes it a greater team. Like, you got your style of doing things and your stuff you bring and I bring and she bring. Absolutely. And that's what people got to understand. Yeah. And what I do, I don't need you doing what I do.
Thank you.
Stay in your lane, because I know my lane, right? I would never do nothing that it's not for me. Then if I say, you doing that, I like that, but that doesn't mean that I'm coming behind you. No, I'm not going to stand back and admire what you got going on, tell you did that, but I'm going over here and do me.
Please.
All day long. Like, you would never catch me doing something that's not my thing. It's just not my thing.
Absolutely.
You know, and I just love that, and especially when you spoke on the fact that different races, different religions, like, people don't even understand. All of us go through stuff. Like, I don't care, but we so divided that we would never know that we all go do the same stuff.
Absolutely.
You would look at you might see the and a Caucasian lady walk through the field or something and don't even know what she's dealing with at home.
No.
Yes.
But you're so blocked by race and things like that and financial status that you don't even be able to open those doors, right?
Right.
Too much and that fake stuff that you're speaking of, that right there, it like stops stuff as a barrier. I can't even get close to you because are you genuine?
Right.
Are you coming from a good place?
Right.
Like the last thing somebody wants to do is open up. They already been through things. They already been traumatized, and to open up, especially when someone that was pretending to be like this good person, pretending to have your best interest at heart, and then it comes out is the farthest thing from the truth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like no, that right there is a hurt piece. Like especially when you're going into a group of women. You want to hope that this is good energy, good vibes.
Yeah.
We all really like vibing. We all really like learning from each other. We all like loving up on each other.
Right.
Because life is hard.
It is.
Being a woman is hard, right? Because we carry it, right?
Absolutely.
We carry a lot. Everybody got
Absolutely.
their role, men got their role. But us as women, we really take the bulk of everything. From our husbands to our sweet spouses to our children to the friends to the workplace to the stuff that don't even belong on our plate is there.
So true.
So yeah, I'm just happy. More women need this. They might not admit it because some people are private.
Right.
Some people don't want to let the world know. Yeah, I got this going on. But listen, let the world know you got this going on because you're not by yourself.
Yes.
You better go ahead up and see as I am.
Yes.
And like baby, you got
Yes.
So what is? I heard you say it was like some rules to get into the group. Like what is that?
So, just that we keep it confidential, and that, that it's okay to speak about whatever it is you might speak of. My topics are so broad. Like I said, we talk about everything. We talk about abortion because it happens. I've had one myself. You know?
I never did. Not to say that I never did, but not against. I know plenty of women that has, right?
Exactly.
Supported them and things like that. And it's everybody's choice.
Absolutely. It's a taboo. Yes. Nobody wants to speak on it, but it happens, and I don't think that women should be ashamed or bow down or not want to speak about it, because talking about something so devastating like this is healing. Like you have to heal from something like that, and that's where it goes back to healing the wounds from the inside out, because not only do we heal from the inside out, we educate, we talk, but it starts within, because that's where it is. It's in our hearts, we have to heal our hearts in order to be able to be okay on the outside and be able to stand and walk up straight and say, yes, I did that, and that's behind me. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward, So I have a contract with Walmart and Target where they give me clothes and makeup. I love it. And they help, because I help homeless women. I help women that are less fortunate. Yes. And, so I do it all. I do it all because I'm trying to educate, and we're trying to get them back out into the workplace. So, and you might not be homeless, but you just might have some inward issues going on that you don't feel good enough to sit at a desk or be around other people and work and actually get this money that's out here, So I do that, I'm like, no, you are good enough. You can own your own business. You can work at a job. You can do whatever, and I'm going to help you get there. We are going to help you get there. This village is going to help you get there.
I love it.
That's so selfless of you to say. So many people that's in your position would want to take all the credit. You know what I mean? But so the fact that it speaks of unity. It speaks as, even though, yes, I may have been behind us and put this together, but without you guys, I'm nothing.
I'm nothing.
Because if I don't have the woman showing up, if I don't have, what am I? This group ain't going to be anything if everybody don't show up, right? And so that's good that you are speaking in that way. And like everybody want to be, yes, you're boss.
Yeah.
I love it. And that's that. But you're humble.
Amen.
Everybody not humble. Like And still like want to say they're in this position, but want to look down type of time.
Yes.
We're on the same level, even though I run this. But we here though. I see you.
That's
right?
it.
And you're meeting these women where they're at, and you're creating a safe, positive environment where people are not afraid to be vulnerable, and that's important. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you want to see these women win is a good thing, because a lot of women don't want to see these other women win. Like, you're uplifting and want to say yes, I want to see it. I love it. You know.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I
love this.
Yes,
I like it.
Yes, I do. Yes. I'm definitely for all queens of all ages. You know, like I said, usually about from 18 and older. Mm-hmm. The queens are in my group. And I get those sectors because it starts from that age. You know, actually it starts from birth. Like my daughter, I had her on one of my Facebook posts as I had her on one of my feeds, and you know, I asked her, I said, Trinity, my daughter's name is Trinity. I said, Trinity, I said, what are you? She said, a princess. I said, and you're growing into what? A queen. And I said, what do we do? And she said, we keep our heads up and we keep our crowns on, no matter what. It may tilt to the left or the right, but it never falls off. That's my motto. And, you know, and it's true. We are queens from birth, you know, in the womb. As soon as you find out that you're having a girl, she's a queen. You know, she's a princess growing into a queen, you know. And when I found out I was having a girl, you know, I started nourishing her then. I started rubbing my belly. I started saying, you're a queen, you're a princess, you are a beautiful queen, you are beautiful inside and out, no matter what you know, look like, no matter your size, no matter what, you are a queen, you know. And as soon as she came out, she actually walked in it. Like, she was the most beautiful baby. She was positive. She wasn't a crying baby, you know. And I think it starts from the womb, you know, because the babies can hear you. They can hear you.
They feel your stress, everything.
Absolutely. So she has known that from birth. And then I try my best to walk in my queenship, you know, because I have a little princess watching me, right? And this is for a lot of queens, you know, they have children and sons. I have a son too, but my son is looking at me. My prince is looking at his mother as a queen and watching her too, because when they grow up, they're going to emulate what we are as parents, you know, and that's what they're going to accept, and that's what they're going to marry, you know. So it's very important to do our best, to feel our best, so that we can give our best. You know. So you know, so that's where we are, and you know, we just you know, welcome all. We look for more members. You know,
So tell me this. I know because you just say you look for more members. So like, is it a cap? Like,
so no, there's no cap. There's no cap. I'm up to a little over 1K, but it's no cap on membership. You can come on in. Like I said, I don't deny anyone. You know, I don't deny anyone, no matter what. Like I said, the only rule is to not share outside of the group. And I would know, because I see all the fees that go out, you know, because I had to cut off one or two queens that tried to like slip out and give some information. I was like, no, we're not doing that, you know. But for the most part, it's very secure. It's a very secure website. And I do have a website as well. I'm sorry. And so both are secure entities, and we just feel free. And I tell them, take your shoes off. This is a take your shoes off group, literally, and sit back and, you know, enjoy the love, and let's get this thing right. Let's get this love to one another, you know. And these women come from, when I say all over the States, I have some women in Africa. I have some women in, 2 girls joined from Italy. 2 girls joined from Spain. My brother was in the military, and I have some friends of his that, you know, when he was over there in Spain, that, and, you know, that are on the group now that he told them about, and then they came into the group. So this is nationwide.
This is international.
This is international.
Yes, I love it. This is just really dope. Honestly, it's so needed right now.
Thank you.
And you know, and like this past year and some change, everybody really been like tested, right? All of us, no matter your financial status, no matter any of it, and even more than now, you need those support groups, right?
We do.
Especially as a woman. I know men need it too,
right?
But women, like I said, because we are expected to do certain things, you know, handle certain things and things like that. Like you said, yes, we're the ones. Yes, dads and stuff is around, but when it comes down to the children, like that's us, right? Yeah, that's all us. It's right there. So it's important to raise them up and be you. If you ain't right, then nothing else ain't right. And that's just that. Now tell me, because I don't want to say the name wrong. Say that name for me for your.
So our other business is Huruma.
You said you don't want to get it wrong.
Huruma.
Yes, and tell me the meaning of that, because I like that part.
The meaning of it is love. Is love. Because that's how we love on one another, right? It follows through with As I Am, and it just is about accepting all. Accepting all. And what we do in Huroma is it's a non-for-profit. It's a 501(c)(3), just like As I Am is, and it's prison reform. We do prison reform. We work with men and women that have been previously incarcerated, and we get them education, we get them jobs, and we get them help in their social area, whatever area it might be, in counseling. And we make sure that we keep them looking forward, not back, not back. They've done enough in the past. We're looking forward. And so educating them and making them educated so that they can educate others on how to stay out of prison. You can do this. That, giving them strength that they can not have a stigma left on them, no matter how many years in prison they've done, whether it's been 3 days or 40 years. And this is women and men we deal with, and we also deal with youth. We also deal with the youth and keeping them out of prison. So we are currently dealing with different programs in the city of Philadelphia, and we're working in New Jersey. We do both. We do both states. We do South Jersey and we do Philadelphia. And so what our goal is for the youth, right now in Philadelphia, there's been so many shootings. The gun violence is just really, really bad right now. And we're trying to work with programs in Philadelphia criminal justice system to keep them out, doing camps, doing programs, doing mentoring programs, to keep them involved in positive avenues, paying them, giving them, jobs instead of selling drugs, and going back into the streets, and just spending time waiting to die. Because that's what they're doing. They're in these parks and they're and they're shooting each other because they don't have any positive influences. The older men that they might go to are in the streets too. So we're trying to bring them all out of the streets and into a more positive environment and to do something with their lives.
I love that. It's so needed. I don't even think that anyone how needed it is, right? Especially the preventative services that you provide for the youth, because they lost. A lot of them is lost, and it starts in our households. Because all you could do is mirror what you know, right?
That part.
And if that's all you have to go by, then why would you do anything different? Right. You might got a little sprinkles of them that'll go opposite of what they're, I don't never want to be like that. Right. And that's good. We love those stories, right? But majority of it is the total opposite of those good stories. Right. And like you said, and you can't even, when we were younger, nobody got into no gunplay.
No,
it's
we would do a street fight. We'd be let's square up. Let's square up.
Nobody would know. You wasn't here. You probably heard through the grapevine. We was rumbling.
Y'all might have been, and y'all probably would have been friends
cool again after that.
So
that's extremely important. But now, like, it's so much influence from the social media, from it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, what have they done? First of all, you only been on Earth like 13, 14, 15 years.
Right.
What did this person do to you so bad that you want to go take a life? So it can't be that deep. So that's like. Yeah, it's just like the mentality now, and with the drugs involved in it. It's just so much
layers
so much.
To that is crazy, and the fact that you're creating resources for these individuals, because a lot of the times people don't know where to go to find resources after being out of prison and going to go get a job, let alone the educational piece, and they're trying to reintegrate into society, especially somebody they've been in jail for like 15 years. Everything is fast paced. And then, of course, if they don't have the resources, they're going to go right back to what they know.
Yes, they are.
And then they're going to wind up being back in prison. And that's what I like, the resources.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to educate them that they can do better. There is better, and you can make the money, you can make money to financially be stable, clean money, no dirty money.
You say good fast money, right? Yeah. But the biggest thing is the support has to be there.
It does.
Because like when it's all said and done, and there's a lot of pressures when you're coming up out of the prison system, and people expect you to do and be this certain type of way, and it's like, wait, I still have to get readjusted. I haven't been out here in quite some time, and that's extra pressures that the family members may put on them, significant others and things like that. And it's like, well, slow your roll. If you was already handling it before this person came out, why are you putting that pressure on people?
Exactly.
What do you expect them to do? So all you want to do is really force them back into the lifestyle they just left out of.
Absolutely.
So so that support piece, you really got to make sure you're surrounded by people that's really genuine and want the best for you and don't want you. And the expectations, they have crazy expectations that's unrealistic placed on these people, and it's like.
So true.
Please stop.
So
it.
true.
Please stop.
So true. Yeah. And expectations on the females too, the queens too, because whether they did like I actually have a girlfriend that served some time. She was doing shoplifting. She was boosting. I don't know what they call it today, but
boosting,
this was boosting. Right. And I just talked to her. This was years ago, but I would say, you could do better. She was in the healthcare like me, but on the side, that's what she would do. And I'm like, you know what? You're going to get caught up. And sure enough, she did. She gave me a call early in the morning, and she's like, Asia, I need you to move my car because I'm at the feds. And I'm like,
not the federal.
Yes. So I said, girl, so but once she did her time and came out, Fed time, you pretty much going to do what they say you're going to do. So she did it, and then she came out, and she's a nurse now, and she's doing really good, and she always say, Asia, thank you so much for encouraging me. I'm trying to sell these bags on the side, but I'm a whole nurse. Like, I didn't need to, what was I thinking, but it's the mentality, because prior to nursing school, that's what she was doing. That's how she was making her money. A lot of times, it's like you said, the environment and what we used to. Nursing school takes time. I can go get I can make $5,000 right now, and so it's just she had to get out of that mentality, Right. So, so I know this firsthand, I myself personally have never been in prison, thank the Lord, but that's some of my friends.
Yeah, but you can still identify and don't judge. And I like that.
Absolutely.
Most people would be judging her.
Absolutely. Right.
No, but if this is what she was used to, then, there's a lot of unwiring.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And in my group, I have, I never speak on something I don't know about.
Thank you.
I love it.
Please. I never understood it. Because if you ever hear somebody talk about something they don't have, and you look at them like, you don't know
what
that.
she's talking about.
Exactly.
And it's okay to say, I don't know. Can you tell me more about that? Because I don't know about that.
But people will respect you more when you say you don't know something instead of acting like, no.
It's the truth.
That's so crazy to me. Like, I'm not going to pretend to be included. Like, I don't know that. I'm more of a dad. Why? Tell me, how did that happen?
Yeah,
I'd like to get some information from you than pretend to act like I know or act like I experienced something that I never did.
People want to see crazy that you don't know. It's like, what happened?
Yeah. Because you got to remember what you said.
Now, I hear you saying that she was able to turn her life around and become a nurse.
Yes.
How do you work with individuals that are looking to, get their record expunged or get pardons and things like that?
So we have people on our team. We have 2 individuals, one on the Jersey side and one on the Philly side, that were ex parole officers. Yes, they were ex-parole officers, and they work in the system, and they know, we have connections, and so we're able to submit the paperwork.
I love it.
And get the job done. Now with all of this, with the Black Lives Matter and things are turning around for everybody. For all of us, not just African Americans, but for everyone. The judicial system is starting to say, well, wait a minute, they kind of taking up space here. They've done their
Especially for the crazy crimes, drug crimes and stuff. It's
right. Or weed, because weed is legal now.
And I see a lot of people
so they gotta revisit that.
Charges, and it's like, what did you?
But what's so crazy? I never understood, why do y'all give out such high numbers for drug crimes, but murders and stuff don't even get
exactly, or rapists or whatever.
Yes.
I never understood.
Yeah. So we are working diligently on that, and and again, this is for women and men. Because women's crimes are just as as we got some beasts. Women is these queens out here. I can tell y'all some stories. And another thing is that my husband and I, God bless, he was going to come, but he had to take care of the baby. So I said, I got this, babe. Yeah. So, because this is my babe, this is our baby, as I go. But, I told, he was a pastor of a church that we used to go to, FACC, and then we had our own Fresh Glory God Ministries. Okay. And so it was funny because when we were at FACC, which is a church in Upper Darby that we were members of, my husband just kept on getting raised up really fast. Like he was ministered, and he was eldered, and he was a pastor, and we were out within maybe a 2 years frame time. Great man of God, everything like that. But what our sector has always been is this, like working with the drug addicts. So when the drug addicts would come into church, they would say, "Oh, Pastor Troy, we need your help over here." He was the muscle. They would call him the muscle. But people, church people, and even people on the streets are afraid to embrace this, to embrace the ex-offenders or the one that may be still offender, and it's such a taboo, like, oh, they can't come in here, or they can't, well, you know what? You're welcome here. You are welcome here. Yes. We welcome you. We welcome your entire family. We welcome anybody else that has the same issue. Because we're not going to play this taboo when we're looking at kings. And queens. They're kings and queens too. Yeah. They just have struggles. Yes. Right. Yeah. So we welcome you. We open arms. You are welcome into our own personal homes. Amen. We don't, so that's where it kind of started with us opening our doors, because I told myself, I said, wait a minute, we always get in these, drug addicts or whatever. My husband married a couple of drug addicts that were at the church, and every time something got stolen, they would call my husband on a personal phone and say, "Can you come to the church? Because such and such brother needs help," whatever. A brother had let him live in the house. He came home from work. All this stuff was gone. And, and so that's where, so we was like, you know what? These are our people. Absolutely. You won't take them on, we will. Absolutely. We will. We don't have no problem with it because we're not going to give up on them. We are not going to give up. God didn't give up on us. Yeah. We're still here. He accepts us as I am. That's why I love let's deal with these people, these brothers and sisters, kings and queens, as they are. Let's get to the root of the problem here.
I mean,
exactly.
Everybody got different walks in life.
Right.
And we don't know. Life happens. Everybody is not mentally strong.
That's right.
No,
and some people, like, life really takes a toll on you.
It does. You know,
and everybody go through things. Some people don't speak about what they're going through, and instead they go ahead and they put it in and suppress it in alcohol and drugs and things like that, or acting out in ways that people are like, why are you acting like that? But not knowing that that is their defense against what they really internally are dealing with. And like you said, if I did all this time I'm already struggling with drugs and alcohol, and I don't, every door is closed on me.
Exactly.
You know, where do I go now?
Exactly.
You know, do I still make more chaos? I mean, that's what I'm guessing I'm supposed to go do, right?
Right. Exactly.
So but the fact that y'all are doing that and it's open in that way, it just speaks volumes of your character, right? Because if most people are like excuse me, I'm quite sure plenty of us had drug addicts in our family, alcoholics.
A lot of people that suffer from substance use, they don't even get it.
And yes, it's a long, bad on things like that. But when you're able to see that polished up product, it's like, dang, this was worth it. And even down to, like you said, the people that's incarcerated, everybody deserves another chance.
Yes, they do.
Now, if you ain't raping and all that stuff, or just blatantly out killing anybody just because, yes, you deserve another chance.
Right.
And that's just that, because we do things to survive.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And it ain't always the right thing, but we have to survive it.
That's right.
I mean, society didn't set it up for you to just sit on your hands. Oh, well, I'm gonna make this happen. And then those pressures again, like I said, those pressures is no joke. Like when everybody's dependent on you, and everything's on your shoulders, so you gotta make a way out of no way.
So true. So true.
That piece is important, and a lot of people don't understand addiction. You know, they're just basing it off of what they see on television and what they're not necessarily putting up themselves in somebody else's shoes. So with that being said, people don't wake up and say, hey, I want to be a drug addict. Nobody, so people, when they initially pick up, they know the consequences, but people pick up a substance because they feel like they're an exception to the rule. Like they're not initially picking it up like they're going to get addicted. They feel like they're exempt. Oh, I'm not going to get addicted. And then next thing you know, here it is. You know, and a lot of the times the behaviors that people possess and addiction and these different things where they're stealing, they're doing different things of that nature, they don't really understand. These people are not in their right state of mind. They're not thinking logic. All they're worrying about is getting their next fix to feed their addiction. That's what they're trying to do.
To escape reality.
Exactly. So a lot of people, before they go judging on people, you don't know, anything can happen down the line where you may be in this person's shoes at the end of the day.
That's right.
So it's easier for somebody to sit here and build a stereotype rather than really getting to understand something and knowing somebody as an individual at the end of the day. So we all can sit up here and say this and that, but we all have our demons as well.
That's right.
And the behaviors that a lot of people possess in addiction, those are the symptoms of the disease. That's just like somebody with diabetes.
That's right.
They're symptoms because they're not taking care of themselves. They're not working on themselves. So of course you're going to see symptoms and signs of this illness. They call it the disease of addiction. So,
you hear the drug and alcohol counselor speaking.
You know what?
You crying. Go ahead. Look, I was just about to say. Be quiet. You better go ahead and work. Listen, and that's why y'all gonna come on our team. So, but I also want to say, to add on to your point, absolutely, because my husband is a drug and alcohol nurse. I was saying, and he specializes in methadone. So he knows that over 30 years he's been in that field. And it takes training to see them coming. Like they gotta know who they're talking to. And if you go into a church or an environment where nobody is trained or nobody knows, they're gonna do what they do. They're gonna say, "Yes, I love the Lord." Manipulation. So who you mad at? You have to get people that are trained in the field to know how to come to them, how to approach them. They don't play with my husband, they don't play with me, but we're here for you. We're here for your needs. We are here to get you from A to B and forward. Let's release your past, your demons, whatever struggles you're in. and let's make you a valued citizen. You know, because I know you, and these are some of the smartest, highly intelligent people. I mean, and it's just like, don't sleep on them.
And they skills is crazy.
Yes,
they bring so much to the table, like, and that's how you know life happened to them.
Absolutely.
And that's just they got it going on. And that's why, and me and I be talking to everybody, because I always want to know the why. I want to know the story, like, you know, because it's the root to there. Something happened that made you get into what you're right now, right? And I always just try to figure out and then let them know, like, yeah, we all human. I understand. It's like everybody got their bad days, and then they oftentimes want to tell you, Dad, like, I'm on bad times right now. And it's like, okay, you don't have to tell me like that, because I'm not looking at you as to that, right?
Exactly.
No, that's not why. I'm speaking to you as a human being. I'm just trying to let you know I see you.
Yes.
That's it. I see you.
Yes.
I don't need to know, you know, how many times you. That's not my business.
Right.
I see you. You're a person.
That's right.
And that's just that. And I know you have qualities that I could benefit from, because I learn from everybody I speak to.
Right.
I don't care which way of walk of life you do. You're going to teach me something, because I know you are, because I'm listening to you. You're actively listening to you, right?
Yes.
To understand you. And that's important.
Absolutely.
So when you talk about the your programs, right?
Yes.
So the youth, what age does that start for you?
So the youth starts from age 7 up to 18.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that.
And we're going to look into doing camps for that age group, the 7-year-olds, and things that, you know, like they have the police, what is it? The fire and police have a camp for the children in the city of Philadelphia. So we're trying to get incorporated in that and get them incorporated in things that they would be interested in doing, you know, and get them into positive, seeing positive people, seeing people that were in prison, you know, that came out and turned their life around. Get them into boxing. You know, my boys, I have older sons too, they were into boxing. And boxing is a good strategy. My husband was into boxing too. And it's a good exercise, and it helps the mind and the body, because it's a thinking. You think, you have to think a lot. It's discipline. It's, you know, and so actually my son is getting ready to start boxing now. He's going to go to a gym in Philly that my husband is familiar with. But you know, things of that nature, you know, because it involves other men. You know, then this is for the boys. It involves other men, and then they see them and they say, hey, I enjoy this. You know, I don't have to be trying to look at what's happening in the playground and trying to find out what gun to what gun to use, or go up in my mom's room, because they're doing that too, going in the house and finding guns and you know, and trying to be like the big boys, or what they think. You know, we're going to get them in positive camp environments and do positive things with them. And then for the women, for the girls as well, get them involved in like being you know, building them up, you know, because a lot of youth, like even at the age of 7, you know, these girls want to be wearing all the makeup, and they want to, you know, cut their shirts down and stuff and wear tight clothes, because they're looking at the YouTube and they're seeing other young parents, you know, dressed like this, and they'll, you know, say, well, mommy, I want to wear that outfit. You know, I see it all the time, and I'm like, no, that's not it. That's not it. Right. So we want to change that narrative.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to change that narrative for the youth, so that they will know not to hit these streets when they get of age, you know, or when they can go out and be on their own. You know, we want to change that and give them, you know, positive people, you know. And then we would say we would bring in different people that are doing different things. Like I know some doctors and some other nurses, and fire. I know a woman that's in my group that's a firefighter. You know, I know a girl that does Reiki. I don't know if you're familiar with Reiki. Reiki is like a meditation. So, you know, and that is really good, because Reiki helps the mind, body, and soul. And it's a massaging technique, and it's a meditation technique. And so we want to incorporate that within the children. My daughter does meditation with me on a daily. You know, we put on our meditation music on Alexa, and she'll say, "Wait, mommy, I'm not ready. Hold on." You know, she'll get her phone.
Yes, you gotta calm that mind down.
Yes. So it's all over. You know, that's what we do.
Yes.
That's what we do, and. You know, my parents did it with me. You know, my parents were educators. They were teachers. You know, my mother was a principal. My father was an educator in the Cheltenham Township District. And so we were worldwide. They always had us going this place and that place or whatever and seeing different nationalities, different things. So, you know, I want to, you know, bring that out with what we do. Yes, because I think it's important because most of these children have never been outside of their block. No. You know, let alone around the corner or today. Absolutely. I'll say, where you been? Atlantic City. Well, Atlantic City is about 20 minutes from you. You know, let's go further. You know, have you ever been to the Franklin Institute? You know, have you ever been, you know, to, you know, different, the science museum, you know, get them involved. So,
yeah, they deserve it though.
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
Most kids don't get that exposure.
No,
they deserve it. You know, kids. Honestly, if you ever sit and talk to kids, they got their minds is just like
everywhere. Yeah.
You know, the things that come out of their mouth are just like wow. It just wows you.
It does.
And sometimes in a how you know that way, but more so in the dang, I love that. Like, tell me more. Like, dang, how you know that?
And they're our future. They are our future. You know, so we got to get them while they're young.
Please.
You know, and for the adults, we just have to change their narrative, change their mindset. Yes. You know, with the queens, you are a queen. You always were a queen. You got this. You can do this. Yes. It's so important. I had a woman, and I don't know how much more time we have, but I had a woman in my group. I went over. I had a woman in my group that this is when I had the women coming to my home in the basement. She was getting ready to commit suicide. And had she not come to my group that evening, she wouldn't be here, you know, and I get emotional about that. She was an abused woman, and, you know, even though it was a private group, some women don't even want to talk in the privacy of the group. They only want to talk to, say, me or someone that can relate or whatever. You know, that's why I say I never talk about what I don't know. But I incorporate people with queens within my group that do know. Yeah. So, you know, but anyway, she went home that evening and said, you know, you saved my life. And I said, what you mean? She said, I had everything set out. I was going to, you know, do this. I was going to take this amount of pills, and that was going to be the end of me. And she said, you know, after speaking with you in person and giving me a hug, and I wonder why she was crying so much that day, but I just embraced her. We prayed, and she went home. And she's still here to this day. She got away, you know, she got away from her abuser, and she's wonderful. Yeah, you know. Purpose, so it's about saving lives. You know, period. Yeah. So,
without even knowing you saving them though.
That part, because I had no idea. I was just being myself and being as I am. You know, and I saved a life, and that always stuck to me. And I said, all right, this is my work. This is my work. This is my work.
That's your calling right
so,
there.
You know, yeah.
I'm just glad that you recognize it. I'm just glad that these things are in place, and it's only going to get bigger.
Yes, amen.
It is. It really is because this stuff is needed.
It is.
Most people don't admit it, but it is. Even down because you're not just tackling women. It's like you're like it's so many different things in a pot, right?
It is.
Because who would think that, as I am, and you had to change the ministry part just because you didn't want to just base it around religion. Yes. Right? And even in your mission statement, any age, color, creed, religion, it don't matter. Come, please, have me come in, right? Yes. You know, so you're not just, you know, it's not shelter, it's not boxing, because I hate when people box it in. Right? So it's open, it's wide open.
Yes, it is.
And it's the fact that, like I said, most people don't meet people where you do, your husband do. Yes. And that's a blessing within itself, right? And then on top of the fact that you know that people are going to straddle the fence, and people are going to be incarcerated or coming out of incarceration, and that does not mean that you're less of a person. Yes. You know, so you see them. Like, everybody want to be seen.
That's right.
I don't care which way of life we go. We all still want to be acknowledged. You want to know that we're somebody. And that's the thing right there that we all just strive for, I think, in life. And that's just that. I need you to tell people exactly where to find you.
Yes. So you can email me at AsiaCorbin@Huruma. It's HURAMAINC. It's HurumaInc.org. Or you can give me a call. You can call me at the office. It's 215-420-9549. Or if you're in Jersey, you can call me 856-419-6228. You can also find me on my Facebook at As I Am Ministries and Alliance. I'm there. Come on in. Come on, queens. Come on in. You can also find me at Huruma.
Yes,
Huruma.com. www.huruma.org. Okay, you can find me there as well. Look on the website. There's we have a post on there every day about prison reform, about someone getting out of prison. We just got a new post about a male that came out after 45 years of prison.
Wait, say the name.
Oh my
I'm looking right at it. Is this the man that was in there and then now his charges?
Yes.
Is it Reed? What is that name? It's
Reed.
I know the name. I know exactly what you're talking about. I just read the story.
So why did I just draw a blank? But yes, so every time something happens, whether it be females or males coming, it's all on our website.
Okay.
And we are just ecstatic. We are just so happy that we are able to help. It's one thing to get into something that you do, but another to get into something that you love. So, we are not out here about the money. We are here because this is what we love to do.
Yes.
Same thing with As I Am. I am not here. I am here to inspire.
Yes.
I am here to uplift. I am here to make sure that we win. We win,
yes.
That queens win. So, so please find us. We love you all. I thank you for having me on this.
Yes, and I'll put the description and the link in the bio. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and her information will be down below.
Yes. So thanks for coming on.
And
I know we're going to do big things together. This is just the first that you'll see of us three.
Yes.
There's more to come.
Yes.
And this is Nash signing off.
Ash signing off.
And Asia.